How's it going? So in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is the process for you to be writing high converting Facebook ad copy, and basically a process that you can follow if you want your Facebook ads to no longer not be performing, no longer not getting clicks, and no longer not getting sales. You can follow this process to easily set up your ad copy in a very, very structured way, very good way, basically, that is going to almost guarantee you conversion. So if you are a beginner or if you are more advanced with your Facebook ads, I guarantee you still will get some good advice that's going to help you get higher click-through rates, basically, and more sales from your Facebook ads. So if you're new on this channel, firstly, let me just say, please subscribe if you like this sort of content, straightforward, actionable content on Facebook ads. Subscribe, hit that bell notification below to get notified every time I upload, because I will be uploading very frequently. And if you are an existing subscriber, of course, just enjoy the content as usual. So once again, this is the fail-proof process to writing Facebook ad copy that converts. So let's get into it. So again, what's the importance of good ad copy? So if you are more of a beginner, or even if you're more advanced, this is just, what's the importance of good ad copy? Why do you need good ad copy? Now, I know it's basically, it's very obvious, but it's probably the most important part of your success with your Facebook ads, with your e-commerce store in general. If you don't have a good if you don't have good ad copy, you have low click-through rates, even with the greatest offer in your website, the best offer in the whole world, you are not going to be generating a lot of traffic onto your site, or it's going to be very expensive. And again, it won't matter how good or how great that offer is on your page if no one is going on there, or if half the people that should be going on there are going on there. And the problem lies with your ad copy. So that's where the mistake is coming. So your traffic is definitely going to be more expensive if you don't handle this step. If you don't get your ad copy spot on, your traffic is going to be expensive. Facebook is not going to be long-term very viable as a channel for you. So you want to get this handled. So stressing again, Facebook is the start of your funnel. So everything that comes after that in your funnel, whether it's the product page, the landing page, or even a blog post, whatever, that comes after your ad copy and your ad. If your ad copy is not on point, people are not seeded, it doesn't get people's attention, people are not seeded to buy the product. Again, you could have the best product in the world, you could have the cure for cancer, but your ad copy comes before that. That's what people see before that, so your ad copy has to do the job. So again, what sorts of metrics are you going to be looking at with your ad copy? You are basically judged in Facebook with your link CTR. So that's basically the cost or basically the percent of people that are going to click over to your ad as a percent. So you want to make sure, at least a cold audience, your ad copy is, or your ads are generating a click-through rate of above 1%. And if it's a warm audience or you're retargeting ads, you want to make sure it's getting a link click-through rate over 3%. So those are the metrics that you want to make sure you adhere to, or the standards that you follow when it comes to your ad copy and your ads. So again, I searched this before, but the goal of your Facebook ads is to grab attention, stop somebody's thumb when they're scrolling on the Facebook newsfeed, because of course people these days are on their phones, basically constantly on their phones scrolling. So you want to get people's attention with your Facebook ad. You want them to get them interested enough or curious enough to click over to the product page or the landing page on the next step. That's the goal. The goal of the Facebook ad is not necessarily even to sell somebody, is to get them curious enough, get their attention, see the product enough so that they click over to go to the next step, where the product page should also further sell that person. So again, the success of an ad is basically 50% creative, which is either the video, the image that's there, and 50% ad copy. So in this video, obviously, I'm just going to discuss the ad copy part, how to get the ad copy spot on. So when people's attention is grabbed either with the image or the creative, you're definitely going to get that click. Your click-through rates are going to be extremely high, and you will be getting sales from your Facebook ads. So again, how does your ad copy affect the overall campaign performance? I know I'm dragging on a bit before I let you know exactly how to structure this, but I want to make sure you understand exactly, firstly, the importance of great ad copy if you don't already know, and again, the metrics that you want to be looking at with your Facebook ads, so there's no confusion as to what sort of effect good ad copy is going to have on your ads. When you get this handled, what that's going to have. So again, you can see with good ad copy, basically, if you've got good ad copy, you're going to have a high link CTR, which is between 1% or 4%. Again, you can organize that in your Facebook metrics so you can see exactly what links click-through rate you're getting, and you should always be checking that. But good ad copy, you will have a fairly high link click-through rate, meaning high relevancy, meaning then low CPCs, which would be under $1 on average for e-commerce in this year, and then low CPCs are going to mean, of course, more traffic for you at the same cost, the same budget. You will have more traffic to your site, meaning more happy, you're happy, Facebook is happy because you spend more as well. Bad ad copy, on the other hand, means you have a low link click-through rate, below 1%. A low link click-through rate is going to mean low relevancy. Facebook is not going to push your content out as much. You're going to therefore get high CPCs, high cost per clicks, above probably $1.50, $2, sometimes even $3, $4, which if you're selling a average fairly low ticket item on Facebook, you can't deal with those cost per clicks. You're going to have less traffic at the same cost. You're not going to be profitable, or you're going to reduce the chance of you having a lot of sales when you aren't generating that amount of traffic. Unless, again, your conversion rates on your store are crazy amounts, you aren't going to be profitable. So this is what's going to happen if you have good ad copy. That's what's going to happen if you have bad copy. So now you understand why you need to follow the next steps I'm going to walk you through to get the top performing ad copy, get the best CTRs, and get more sales for your store. So again, these are the steps you want to follow when creating your ad copy. So firstly, this is maybe counterintuitive, but the first thing behind your ad copy is your product selection. What do I mean by this? You don't want to be basically choosing products that are going to be extremely difficult to sell even with the best ad copy. You want to give yourself an advantage and choose products that basically have either solve a problem to a specific niche, to a specific audience. They add value and clear value to an audience or a group of people, or they have a group who's very passionate about that niche. So again, you can tap into their desire, you can tap into their demand, because of course you can't really create demand, you can only channel it. So you want to be able to tap into all that. So choose products that allow you to do so, and it's going to make your ad copy easier. Again, you can probably sell anything, but why make it harder on yourself? Why overcomplicate things and give yourself the hardest job to do on Facebook? Make it simple by choosing the right products. Next, again, is what I think is probably the most important part of making good ad copy, and a lot of people leave this out, or a lot of people don't spend enough time on it, and it makes the whole process far harder. So this is research. So basically, I put a headline here: get out your notepad, because this again is the most important step pretty much of writing high converting ad copy for Facebook. So one, you want to know your customer avatar. You want to know your customer avatar extremely well. And what does this mean? You want to know basically what keeps them up at night, what pain points, what objections that the ideal person that's going to buy your product is going to have. For example, if I was selling this iPhone, I might again try and understand the ideal thoughts that somebody that's about to purchase a phone, or somebody who is in my ideal demographic, what keeps them up at night, what sort of fears do they have about their status or anything like that. You want to really dive deep into this and spend even a week, definitely a couple of days, compiling your research before you run any ad. And if you do this, it's going to make things very easy in the next stages. So how do you do this? Basically, you go through customer forums, search on Google, or you can browse product reviews either of your product or competitors' products on Amazon, and then look at why did people purchase that specific product. Note it down, write it down. What objections did they have before they purchased? What disappointed them about the purchase? And again, you want to write these all down, because you can use your ad to address all these objections. You can use your ad to understand why somebody purchased and convey that in your ad. So again, as I said, before you write one word of a Facebook ad, you want to spend days and days, if necessary, on this stage. If you're running ads for clients and it's not your own products, you want to interview the client about the ideal customer, what they believe the customer's pain points are, what they believe their product is going to solve, or the value proposition of the product, because a client is probably going to know their product and their customers better than you do. So it's just going to give you a head start with your research. So again, when you are doing this research, you can cut and paste specific phrases that you find in product reviews, that you find in testimonials, that you find in customer forums, and actually cut and paste that, put it in a Google Doc or anything like that, and you can then use those exact phrases in your ad copy. People in that particular audience are going to resonate with that a whole lot, and it's definitely going to improve the success, because people are going to relate to your ads far better. So what questions do you ask when doing your research? You want to ask, what are your ideal customers' daily thoughts? What keeps them up at night? Again, write that down. Try and brainstorm in terms of that. What is your ideal customer hoping or dreaming for? What are they aspiring to do? What might stop them purchasing the product that you're selling? What potential objections might they have about the product that they're purchasing? So you want to write all this down. So if you know the potential objections, even in your retargeting ads, for example, you can address these potential objections, get over the hurdle, get people to buy because you've addressed every objection that they have pretty much. So another thing that you want to make sure you do when answering these questions in your research is ask the why behind the why. So basically these deeper sort of psychological reasons behind why customers buy specific products. So on the surface of things, you might think this is the reason. For example, buying an iPhone. The simple surface level why is I want a phone. I want to make calls. The deeper surface level why is probably you want to feel of a certain status that you have an iPhone. You want to have the ease of being more structured because of certain apps that an iPhone have. For example, do the research to find the deeper level why and use that deeper level why in your ads to increase the success of your ads. Another thing you want to do is you want to write for Homer. This is step number 3. Write for Homer, not Hawking. So basically write for Homer Simpson, which is the average person, the general public, rather than Stephen Hawking, who is obviously a very, very high level professor who has a specific set of knowledge. You don't want to keep your ad copy for say 5% of the population. You want to make sure that the average person understands your ad copy. So basically use simple words, keep it simple, keep it clear, always have clarity in your ads rather than complicating things, and keep things benefit driven, meaning write a lot about the benefits, actual benefits that your products convey. Another thing you want to make sure you do is cut out all fake promises and back up any promises that you have in your ads with proof. So don't promise miracles in your ads if you don't have any proof, because this is not just for sort of good humanitarian reasons that you don't want to promise things, but it's because people now have BS meters when it comes to ads. So basically people can really pull you up and say, okay, this is complete bullshit. Excuse me. People can say that now when they see an outrageous claim. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that. You're not making outrageous claims with your ads, or people are just going to switch off, see that, okay, this is probably not all true, and they're going to have their guards up. You don't want that with your ads. You want to make people's guards as low as possible. So if you do make any promises in your ads, you want to make sure that you have some proof and you back up these claims with proof. So people are going to put their guards back down, and you're going to definitely get more purchases because they believe you, they trust you more. If you win people's trust with your ads, you are going to get more sales. It's basically guaranteed. You want to win over not just attention with your ads, but trust as well. Number 5 with the ads, and I know this is maybe on the slightly longer side of this video already, but the 5th thing is you want to switch up your messaging. So a lot of advertisers, they use the same messaging at every stage of the ads. They're constantly saying the same thing over and over again. And because of that, they basically miss out on people who don't respond to that specific message. So definitely losing out on money. So you want to use the pain points and information that you came up with in the research stage, which is of course here. All this information that you came up with, the information, you want to have about 5 to 10 hooks, which is basically things that get that audience's attention. Those are your hooks. You want to use those 5 to 10 hooks and basically create different ad copy with those 5 to 10 hooks. So you can test out what resonates to that audience better because you have these numerous hooks. So you can see which performs best, which gets the best link CTR. If you're only testing out one hook, you don't know if it's a hook not performing or is the audience not performing. So you want to have various hooks that you can actually test out what works best. And you might want to test out as well short copy, long copy, bullet points, also narrative copy. This is basically switching up your messaging of your ads. The 6th thing you want to do is you want to keep your ads native. So what does this mean? Basically, don't make your ad look like a blatant ad. This is because if it seems native, people are going to engage more with it on Facebook. Facebook is going to push your ads. If Facebook sees somebody engaging or people generally engaging with the ad, they're going to push it out more. You're going to get a higher reach and you're going to get better performance from your ads. So you want to make sure you are as native as possible. So one way to keep it as native as possible on Facebook is to use emojis. We found that using emojis does get the cost, the click-through rate higher, because for a number of reasons, probably because emojis seem a bit more native on Facebook. A lot of people use emojis these days when talking to friends and so on. So you want to use emojis for that reason. And also in some cases, emojis can help you convey information faster, because now we communicate basically in pictures as well. So emojis are sort of a modern day easy picture. So it helps to convey information faster in some cases. So that's step number 6. And if you follow all these 6 steps, you do the research, you choose good products, write very simply, benefit driven, cut out all fake promises in your ads, back them up with proof instead, and switch up your messaging so you can test out what's really working with the ad copy, and keep it as native as possible. Use emojis to get the click-through rates higher. Your ads are definitely going to be more successful, definitely going to have more traffic to your site, and you can see whether it's a traffic issue or a website issue. But this is going to give you the best chance of your ads performing much better. So again, just follow these steps, test it out, as I said, or I do say in videos generally, don't just watch this content if you're not going to implement. Watch this, test it out, and I guarantee you will see high click-through rates if you follow some of these steps. So test it out. Let me know in the comments if you are going to test it out, and if you do, let me know how it works as well. I'm always interested to hearing about this. Again, if you're new on this channel, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, because I will have more content coming for you. Or you can join my Facebook group below, where I will be answering daily questions, having lives, and so on, to answer even more of your questions. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next video.